Russell Westbrook retiring doesn't feel like just another player calling it a career. It feels like another major piece of a generation that defined an era of basketball is finally moving on. Chris Paul already stepped away, and now, after 18 years, Westbrook is joining him. What's crazy, though, is that people are still arguing over whether Russ was truly a great basketball player. To me, that debate says a lot about the way people view Russell Westbrook, because his career itself is pretty hard to ignore. Whether you loved watching him or couldn't stand him, Westbrook left an undeniable mark on his era. You simply can't look back at everything he accomplished and act like he wasn't one of the most impactful and memorable players of his generation.
Fellas, I'm sad, man. A generation is coming to an end, an era. One of the first pieces of it, I think, was Chris Paul, his retirement. Now we have Russell Westbrook retiring after 18 years. And somehow there's this debate about whether or not Russ was good. And now, he always seemed like a dude that got a lot of hate, but for people to be coming out and doing anything but giving this man flowers for his 18 years is crazy to me, Chan.
He wasn't good at basketball?
Basketball.
Didn't he average a triple-double for a season?
People have said he is not a Hall of Famer.
That's crazy. Russell, you know what? He rubs people the wrong way. He get a little, you know, like I was joking with Minka Fitzpatrick about. He's a little curmudgeonous. But for you to question his basketball ability is crazy. He was beating Iceman, George Gervin's number. Like, are you kidding me? He's not good at basketball. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He should be there. But this is the thing when you talk about these committees. People get emotional. People wanna
They friends. They're nice to me.
Yeah, he was so great to me in the locker room. That has nothing to do with them minutes on that wood.
Yep.
You should be evaluated on your minutes on the wood, football, grass, whatever it is, baseball, grass. People get in their feelings because he didn't come to your kid's birthday party. That has nothing to do with Hall of Fame. I'm tired of people trying to diminish guys' careers off their personality. That's not what it's about. The Clippers, the OKC Thunder, whatever, if he hurt your feelings in the locker room, go watch the game. And that's what he should be evaluated on, and he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, hands down. He's better than a lot of people in the Hall of Fame, in my mind.
Yeah, usually you debate about what someone is, not what he wasn't. Like, we have to stop talking about what Russ wasn't. You know, like, Russ was an amazing player, one of the all-time greats, walking triple-double. And me, more than anyone, I'm going to give him his flowers, right? You know that, but it's all factual. This man was an amazing player. I think if he had gotten a championship, a lot of this stupid talk would kind of just completely go away. But Russ was great, man. You did it the right way, bro. Like, you stood on everything, and I admire that, just to give him more love. But the people that say that, they're just pundits. Like, they'll say whatever. But I think what I love seeing the most in these past couple of days since he's retired, or since he announced it, was the tweet this long by KD, showing so much love, and whatever the media try to, make them out to be, just to be able to go back down memory lane and really just say what Russ meant to him. Man, I thought that was heartfelt. I thought that was really respectful by him. So I'll leave it at that, man. Russ, great player. I enjoyed your 18-year career. Appreciate you always being, stand-up guy, and just doing it with a smile on your face each and every night, man. So hell with everybody else, job well done.
Yeah, man, I think that there's even conversation from people that say Russell Westbrook isn't a Hall of Famer. It tells you how ludicrous folks can be about their opinion of the person, not the player. About how something looks as to how much it produces. Russell Westbrook was one of my favorite players because I love watching a hooper play the game with that level of intensity. Russ didn't care to be cute. He wasn't there to make friends. He wasn't the, I need to dap off everybody guy every time I saw him. He was gonna play defense hard. He was gonna drive the basketball to the goal hard. He was gonna dunk hard as hell. He was gonna rebound, right? He was gonna pass. He was gonna do all the things you want a point guard to do. And to have 4 seasons where you average a triple-double, and one of those seasons you average 31 points a game. And now this is after you have this big three that dissipates and you become the guy, and people are thinking that you can't be that dude. And I understand that a championship escaped him, but it also escaped people like Chris Paul. It escaped people like Steve Nash. And along with, who is it? James Harden and Derrick Rose and Stephen Curry, and late in his career, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's one of the guards in this era that won an MVP. And so the other piece about Russ that I love is the why not piece. And to me, it's why not just be authentically yourself. I believe that's why people hate on it. Because I don't bend to be what you want me to be, whether that's the human I am or the player that I am. I'll stand on business for the community. I'll be as LA as I possibly want to be at any time I want to be it. But the way a community truly gravitates to a human that shows the love that he does, I think that is the ultimate credit to who Russell Westbrook is as a player, as a man, as a husband, as a father. And I'm going to miss the way he played basketball, because I always thought to myself, if you ever had a football player who could be good enough to step on an NBA court in that manner, that's the way he would play the game. On top of that, to have the skill to do it. So Russ, congratulations, man. Job well done. Enjoy retirement.
What really caught my attention in this conversation was how strongly they rejected the idea that Russell Westbrook might not belong in the Hall of Fame. And honestly, I get where they're coming from. You can question parts of Russell's game, and you can point to decisions he made throughout his career, but saying he wasn't a great basketball player is an entirely different conversation. Just look at what he actually did. Westbrook averaged a triple-double in 4 different seasons, including one where he put up 31 points per game. He won an MVP, and for years he played with a level of intensity that was extremely difficult for other players to match. That same intensity is also a huge reason why Russ became such a polarizing figure. He was never trying to make everybody comfortable, and he wasn't interested in changing his personality just to make people happy. When Westbrook stepped onto the court, he played with aggression. He attacked the rim, defended, rebounded, passed, and played like every possession demanded his full effort. And that's where I think the discussion about his career sometimes loses perspective. People can spend so much time focusing on what Russell Westbrook wasn't that they overlook everything he actually became. Yes, he never won a championship, and that will always be part of the story. But that one thing doesn't erase everything else he accomplished during his career. Chris Paul, Steve Nash, James Harden, and plenty of other great players also finished their careers without a championship. Winning a title can become a major part of a player's legacy, but not winning one shouldn't completely change how we view everything else they did. Then you have the personality that came with Russell Westbrook. That why not mentality became a huge part of who Russ was. He never appeared willing to completely become somebody else just because other people wanted him to. Whether it was his personality or his approach to basketball, Westbrook stayed committed to being himself. And that's a major reason his supporters felt so connected to him. I also thought the conversation about Kevin Durant's message after Westbrook announced his retirement was important. Whatever has been said about those two over the years, Durant taking the time to reflect on their relationship and show appreciation for Russ was meaningful, because moments like that put the career into a different perspective. There's more to 18 years of basketball than the arguments and debates that happen on television. Behind all the numbers and criticism, Westbrook built relationships, affected people, and became a player whose presence genuinely mattered. That's why I think this moment should be more about appreciating his career than trying to rewrite it. Nobody has to pretend every decision Russell made was perfect, and nobody has to ignore the criticism that followed him. But you also don't have to erase 18 years of accomplishments simply because the championship never came. To me, Russell Westbrook's legacy really comes down to one thing: he stayed true to himself. He played with emotion, aggression, and confidence, and whether people loved that style or hated it, they could never simply ignore him. An MVP, 4 triple-double seasons, a 31-point-per-game season, and 18 years of giving everything he had to basketball shouldn't be reduced to a discussion about what he failed to accomplish. Westbrook gave the game an unforgettable chapter of his life. And now, that chapter has come to an end. So rather than focusing only on what Russ wasn't, I think it's worth recognizing what he actually was. He was a great player, an incredibly intense competitor, and one of the most unique personalities this generation of basketball has seen. Russ, 18 years is a long time to give to this game, and whether people agreed with every part of your journey or not, the impact is impossible to ignore. Job well done.